All right, so we are back again, and now we're going to kind of move on to customizing your online storefront. So yesterday you activated a domain name and you picked a theme out. So, and again, you can always change which theme you're using, so that's no worries. Or you can buy a theme on if you visit the theme store right there. So if you click and visit the theme store, you can go and buy a theme. But we're not going to do either of those right now. We're just going to keep going with our current theme. And I'm going to click Customize and head to the main front of the store to start customizing it. Still loading? Okay. So this is what we've got so far. We've got our test farm store, a couple blocks up front. We probably don't need all of these. So now I'm just going to run you through editing this main store. So it's pretty straightforward. You can just head through each block and start editing it. So right now, I'll go back and actually do that again. So we're in sections, and then you just click image with text overlay, and that is your first block. So for this, I'm just going to select a image from the ranch, and maybe you have another image that you'd like to use from the ranch or something. So I've got a couple images in my folder. Maybe I'll just do this one. It looks nice. So that's going to take some time to upload. And for that, you don't need to do a square image. So just, and make it a pretty big image. Otherwise, the resolution is not going to show up very well. So yeah, think like 3,000 pixels wide or bigger would be best. So now wait, and wait some more. Okay, so now that you've got that, this is actually showing up kind of blurry, which I don't like. Maybe, was that image too small? Let me see actually how small that image was. Oh, wrong folder again. No, that was a pretty big image, so it should, there it is, it just had to load. Okay, so now you've got your image. You can just say select, or you can upload more, but that's already looking so much better. So image alignment is middle. You can just specify where, and it's going to just move it around, but right now we're just going to go with middle. You can play around with that all you want. Layout can be full width or fixed width. I like full width, it looks better. Section height, you can make it extra large, so now it's going to be taller, or you can make it large like this, which kind of fills up your screen, but not anything more than that. So I'm going to just leave it at large. Text size, large, blah, blah. So now I'm going to say something like, welcome to our farm store. And you can change that all you want. And then maybe family selling ranch direct to you, our customers, or something like that. Just come up with some kind of tagline, and you don't need a tagline. So whatever you want to do. And then you can put in a button, like shop now or something like that. And then you could put a link to a collection page, and it should actually have that. So let's see if it's finding my samplers page. Oh, something went wrong. Samplers. Sampler, maybe that. Aha, sampler and bulk packages. There it is. So now someone clicks on that and they'll go right to your sampler and bulk packages. And you can keep that, or you can not add that, whatever you want to do. So then you scroll on down, and here you've got image with text. So pretending that we don't like this block and maybe we don't want to add this, I can just delete that altogether. So let's go to image with text, and I'm just going to say remove section. So now that's gone. Okay, so our next section that we've got here is the images with text. So maybe with this, I just want to, this could be, let's see, let me add an image. I'm going to upload one. Maybe that one. Okay, so boom. And you want to make sure these images are all the same dimensions, otherwise it's going to look stupid. So you have that, and then you can just add a title or tagline. Maybe this is linking to your about page or something, and if you had an about page, you could say, actually you do have an about page because we made one. So maybe your text is something like, oh, come learn about us, or, you know, sharing a little about you, and then you can say learn more, and maybe about us should pop up. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now you can add like about us and a little bit of text, and then they click learn more to read a little bit more about you. So there's that. And moving on down. Okay, so featured collections. And maybe you don't want to include this, maybe you do, whatever you want to do. Maybe, I think I will, so I'm going to just say select collection and wait for that to load. And depending on which theme you get, you might not have all these same blocks, so you're just going to have to like customize it depending on how it looks. But now I've added that as a featured collection, and because I only have one product in the collection, that's all that's showing right now. So if you had other products in the collection, they would all show and it would look nice. Okay, so here you could add another image with text overlay, kind of exactly the same as we did up there. Let me actually go back, and I'm kind of going to take you through that. So image with text overlay is that block right there. So you could edit that, or you could skip on to the testimonials. Maybe you've got some customer reviews you could add. So testimonial 1, boom, testimonial 2, etc., etc. So say maybe you want to add a different section where one of the current sections are. So you would actually just say add section, and now here are all your options for what you can add. So you can add a featured product, you can add a link to sign up to your newsletter, you can add testimonials, see text with image, anything like that. So maybe I'm just going to say featured product actually. So there's that. And then I'm going to say which product that is, select product, the only product we have. And that's already all in there. You can customize what shows and what doesn't show. So that currently is right there at the bottom of my website, see below everything, but maybe I want to move that up a little higher. So I could put that right here. So now it's right under there. And to move stuff, you would just grab the little dots here and just start dragging it around. And there's all that. So that's looking good so far. Just add some images and text. And again, if you have a different theme, it's going to look a little different, and your blocks are going to be a little different, but you can customize them by just deleting blocks if you have to. And to delete a block, remember, you just click on it and then say remove section, or you can add whatever sections you want to add. So that's kind of your front page. Now let's go to theme settings and really quick talk about that. So right now, these are kind of your main colors on your theme. So maybe you want your heading color to be a little different. Let's pick a nice, I don't know, gray. Nah, gray is boring. Okay. Let's do green, even though green isn't great either. Okay, so now that shows up where all the headings are. See, so those are now green. Those are now green, and see, that looks terrible. So don't keep that. Oh my, that's awful. Yeah, definitely don't keep that. I'm going to go back to gray. That was good. Okay, so sale price, see, currently it highlights it in red. And you can mess around with these colors all you want and change whatever you want. Buttons, you can change all the colors of your buttons. Here, I'm actually going to, I'll turn that green too. Oof. So there you go. Now your button is green. Image overlays, sometimes you're going to overlay text over an image, and that will be where you adjust how that overlay looks. Like, see, here you've got an image with text overlay, and that is going to adjust how that shows up. But obviously that's not set right now, so we don't have to mess with that too much. Topography. Okay, so here you can change kind of your main site font. Right now it's set to this, but we can change it to pretty much anything we want. So maybe you like the way this looks. And see, that's going to change a lot of, kind of across your store, that's going to change fonts. So I actually really hate that. So I'm going to go try this. I'm going to hate that too. That looks okay, but not great. So anyway, you can mess around all you want with the fonts. That's going to change fonts across your site though. So which is kind of nice because you can change it all in one place, but just be aware that it's not just affecting the main page, it's affecting how your products look too and all that. Ooh, beefcakes. That's going to look bad. Let's try it anyway. Oh, now it's not loading. I'm disappointed. Okay, but anyway, you get the idea. We'll just leave it at this for now. Okay, and then your heading base size, you can make it much bigger, much smaller, etc. And that is going to affect these headings. So, see, if my internet was faster, it would be affecting these headings, but my internet is not faster. So now the body text, that is all this right here. Oh, there it is. Now it just loaded. So if you want to change how your main font on your store is, that's where you're going to change that. So also you've got a search. This enables product suggestions. So say you had multiple products instead of just the one, it would show up like that. So maybe you want to do that. That's kind of nice. Show vendor, just show if you had like multiple sellers on your store, that would show there, but you don't. So yeah. And then show price if someone was maybe, yeah, see, we're showing price right now. So you might want to do that. And then back here, social media, that's just activating. So right now all your social sharings are activated. So it should actually, if you go to the product, I'm betting it shows up. Yep. So you can change the way those look though by selecting different images, or you can just leave them as they are. Your theme will also affect that. So if you have a different theme, those are going to look different. Add to cart notification. Yep. So that just shows a notification when you add the item to cart. So let's actually just add the item to cart. Oh no, it is sold out. So now let's just go to products really quick. Okay. Oh yeah, so we have 0 in stock right now. That's so sad. The only product you have 0 of. Okay. So I'm just going to say that, okay, 4 are in stock, and click save. Okay. So now those should be back in. I can reload this. Oh no. Actually, we want to save our changes first. There we go. And that should work now if I reload. Oh, right. The internet doesn't work. So obviously this isn't going to work. Okay, here we go. Oh my, what a hideous green. I think I left it green. That's terrible. Okay, so now you just got a notification that it's been added to cart. I'm going to go view cart. Beautiful. And look how whenever you go to a different page, it tells you that you can make changes here. So again, you can just go to customize, and anytime you can just make mass changes across the site. So there is a newsletter subscribe here right now. Maybe you don't want that because you've got to set it up with your newsletter. So you can just delete that for now by saying remove, and boom, it's gone. Okay, so back to theme settings in general. I think that pretty much kind of does it. Oh, the Favicon, that's just what shows up in your browser. So right there, that's what ours is. You can just upload a little image and it'll show up there. Or you can just leave it as is. That's all fine. So anyway, your add to cart notification, we just talked about that. And then checkout, this is just going to, if you want to say add a banner to your checkout page, which I believe we have one of those. I can show you kind of how that looks. Oh, I bet. Oh, yeah, see, now it won't let me. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so when you're checking out, there will be an image banner across the top of the page if you add one of those, but it's got to be the right size as specified here. You can also add a logo. That's going to show up instead of this, so that's what ours is right now. It's kind of however you want to do that. So pretty much that kind of covers. Alright, so that's kind of a brief rundown of everything here, and kind of the design and how to run the customizer and just kind of get started on setting up your store. So from here you can just play around and kind of make the front end look nice and see where you can get on that. And also the rest of today's assignment is just to finish adding all of your products so that your collection page is complete. And actually, let's visit that collection page really quick. Okay, so here's your collection page so far. You've just got the one product, so just keep adding products to the page until you're kind of finished adding your products. And also, remember how we added this image as our collection page image? Maybe you would want something else, so play around with that a little bit too. And of course, if you want to change this text, you would just go to the customizer in theme settings and change the topography. So that is pretty much it. So yeah, I guess you'll hear more tomorrow about how to start setting up payment and shipping options with your store and make a little more progress that way.